Expect the best used car deals guaranteed. Visit arnoldclark.com.
Welcome to Peter and Roughie's Football Show, sponsored by Arnold Clark. It is Friday. I'm Peter Martin, delighted that you could join us in the programme. And in the studio we have Alan Rough and Barry, I can't wipe the smile off my face, Ferguson. It's as simple as that. I wonder what we're going to be talking about. 12 o'clock this afternoon. All the Rangers fans, and certainly everybody connected with Rangers Football Club, were looking and wondering who they would get in the last 16 draw of the Europa League as Scotland's only representatives. Well, out it came. It was Bayer Leverkusen, and that's the reward for Rangers defeating Braga in Portugal on Wednesday early evening. Here's how the rest of the results looked across the Europa League, and as you can see, Wolves comfortably through in the end. Istanbul defeated Sporting, and of course they were rewarded with a game against Copenhagen, and Copenhagen, as you can see, managed to see off Celtic at Celtic Park with some calamitous defending from Celtic that we'll discuss very shortly indeed. And as you can see on the second page there, confirmation of Rangers' win in Portugal against Braga. Manchester United, of course, emphatically through by 6-1 as well. So Celtic falling at the last 32 hurdle once more, but Rangers against Bayer Leverkusen. Barry, your immediate reaction?
Fantastic draw. When you get into the last 16, you're expecting to come up against a very good team, and certainly Rangers have drawn a very good team in Bayer Leverkusen. It brings a lot of good memories back for myself. I played against them 20 odd years ago. We beat them over there 2-1, fantastic stadium to play in, and we got a 1 each draw at home, so it holds good memories. So the Rangers players should be looking forward to it. As I said, they're playing against a very good team. And as I say, if you want to go further in the competition, you need to beat teams like Bayer Leverkusen. Yeah,
the standard goes up level by level. So should Rangers be overawed by this draw, or should they think to themselves, listen, we could get past them?
Yeah, go and embrace it. It's going to be difficult, as you mentioned. The further you go in the competition, you always come up against stronger opposition. But this is a game that hopefully the Rangers players will go and embrace. Bayer Leverkusen will be favourites. There's no doubt in my mind. They've did some fantastic results this season, not just in the Europa League but also in the Bundesliga. So if I'm a Rangers player, this is one game that I'm certainly going to be looking forward to.
And believe they can win?
Yeah, you've got to go into any game you play, Peter, and have that belief. They showed it on Wednesday, where I think a lot of people thought they would have struggled against Braga, me included, but I thought they were magnificent. They defended for their life, some top performances for players, so they'll need to come up with that same sort of performance against Bayer Leverkusen.
Borna Barisic offered his thoughts on the draw against the team from the Bundesliga.
Yeah, of course, good. Of course, that's a good challenge. It's a good team. It's not coincidence that they are now where they are. So yeah, I will know much better about Bayer Leverkusen when we're gonna analyze them.
Yeah, let's have a look at the full draw for the last 16 of the Europa League. Great to see a Scottish club in it, and I'm sure some people were speculating on whether or not it was going to be Celtic or Rangers up against each other, but in the end it's Wolves still in the draw there, and they've got Olympiacos away first of all, and great viewing for Rangers fans. Home tie on March 12th against Bayer Leverkusen. What a week that will be, with Rangers against Celtic coming up on the Sunday. Manchester United are away to Lask, and as you can see there, a number of big teams have fallen foul at the last 32. Arsenal most notably out as well, Roughie.
Yeah, and again, there are sort of a lot of big teams in there, and to get back to the Bundesliga, there's 3 in it, from Germany. That shows you the standard of German football, and we often complain that the reason that Rangers and Celtic fail is because they don't come up against top class opposition, and when they do, they've got to raise their game. Well, these teams are playing in a really, really strong league. They're playing against Dortmund, they're playing against Bayern, so these guys will be up for it, and I always think the German league's really strong.
Well, from the highs of Rangers getting into the last 16 to the lows of Celtic, last night Celtic Park was absolutely filled to the gunnels with great expectation of another night to remember for the Celtic fans. In the end, they crashed and burned against Copenhagen, calamitous defending, and the manager, Neil Lennon, just basically summed up what happened on the night.
I hope not. We've got another big game coming on Sunday, but like I say, I'm not going to throw anyone under a bus. We win as a team, we lose as a team. They're a really talented bunch of players, but like I say, we've let ourselves down at really important moments in the game. No surprise the manager's gutted. Calamitous defending on the night, Roughie.
Yeah, I have to say, I think for 45 minutes they looked okay, although not getting the breakthrough. You were just waiting on it happening. It never came. And then after that mistake, it was just, there was no reaction at all. I think Barry can probably sum it up more than me. When you're in a massive European game like that and you go behind, the things you have to deal with, and I just don't think enough of the Celtic players dealt with the pressure that came with that incident.
Yeah, the evidence was there for all to see, Barry, because quite simply in the first half, Kaufman had outrun Hozo Simonovic, and clearly at that the alarm bell should have been ringing. In the second half, when he's down on the touchline, why he wants to put it back to the goalkeeper when that guy has got so much pace, I think everybody was saying just put it in the stand.
Yeah, just stick to basics, Peter. When he's running back, I know some centre backs nowadays want to play it back to the keeper. Sometimes just do the basics and put it in No's head. That's all he had to do. Then the Celtic team, when they've got back into their shape, then had to defend a throw-in or even a cross into the box. So that's one thing that will frustrate Neil Lennon when it comes to the defending last night against Copenhagen. Just do the basics properly.
Yeah, and the basics would have been launch it after they've got the equaliser. It was a great penalty by Odsonne Edouard. But what Christopher Julian's thinking about, I do not know, Roughie. Whether he slips or not, he's got to get that into the other end of the park to put them on the back foot, surely.
Yeah, and the other thing is, once you get yourself back in again, your first thing you're going to think is, let's get the winner. That means launching it, but obviously, as you say, he didn't launch it enough. I would have went the opposite way. I'd have said, right, 6 minutes, let's just keep control of the ball. They're the ones that have now got to think, what are we going to do? So if you keep possession of the ball the way Celtic are good at, I thought that would have been a better avenue to maybe go to extra time or whatever, but it just seemed to be a panic to get up the park as quick as possible.
Yeah, and what a contrast. Suddenly you have a manager that slowly but surely I felt as if the pressure was mounting on Steven Gerrard with a big week, but he comes out with his reputation enhanced in Europe once again, especially for a lot of people down south. And they've got the cup to look forward to, and you would hope, Barry, if you were a Rangers fan, that result suddenly galvanises them again in the league.
Yeah, in terms of the manager, I thought he got his tactics spot on, Peter. He made one big decision, one big call, was Edmundson coming in. I thought he was fantastic. I've not seen enough of the boy, but he certainly showed that he's capable of playing with Rangers. And listen, I'm sure he would have sat down with that squad and said, this is a massive week. If we get through these 2 games, then that could kickstart our season again, because the league's going to be difficult. We all know that. You never know. But they've got through into the last 16, and now can they go and produce the same sort of performance against Hearts in the quarter-final, the Scottish?
Yeah, well, looking ahead to the quarter-finals and all the ties, our reporter is Gabriel Antoniazzi.
The Scottish Cup returns tonight, already at the quarter-final stage. 2016 winners Hibernian host the only championship outfit left in the tournament, Inverness, in the Friday night fixture. Can Jack Ross's men make Hampden for the second time this season, or will Cali continue their impressive campaign? They eliminated Livingston in the last round. On to Saturday and Hearts versus Rangers. Steven Gerrard's side are rejuvenated after reaching the Europa League last 16 and will hope cup competitions can provide silverware, whilst Hearts beat the Gers at Tynecastle in January and will be looking to relieve pressure on Daniel Stendel with a replica performance. The late kick-off on Saturday pits St Mirren up against Aberdeen. Now the Dons have been more impressive on the road than at home, so their travelling supporters will be hoping to see a victory in Paisley, but Jim Goodwin's men have started to pick up form too. And finally, on Sunday, Celtic will look to get their season back on track against St Johnstone and defend their treble. The Saints earned a draw against Rangers at McDermott Park a week ago, but a few would bet against the Hoops, making it 34 domestic cup wins in a row.
Yeah, tonight's going to be a tasty one-year-old team. Hibs, Roughie against Inverness Cally Thistle. Robbo would know nothing better than to go to Easter Road and put one over on the Hibbies.
Yeah, and I think the Inverness team are doing very well, second top of our league, you know, in the final, the Tunnock Camel Waver Cup, you know, so everything's going really well. I just think the games will start to catch up on them. Obviously Hibs will be fresher than them with them having a game. He's picked up a few injuries. I think they will give Hibs a good game tonight, but I think in the end I think Hibs will win it.
Yeah, it'll be a tough one for Cally. They had a game midweek Tuesday night against Dunfermline. There'll be a lot of travelling. But listen, you never know with John Robertson. He's a manager, Peter, that I've always admired. I like the way he comes across, I like the way he speaks, I like the way he thinks about the game. But you would like to think that Hibs have got that bit more quality, and Hibs will just scrape through, I think.
Yeah, so from Hibs against Inverness Cally Thistle, what about Tynecastle? It'll be bouncing at 5:30, and I'm sure Hearts fans will be going there. Hoping that lightning could strike twice. Of course, they defeated Rangers in the league, but I think Steven Gerrard, on the evidence of what they produced against Braga, is hoping for a far better performance this time around.
But Hearts have beat us once since we've been here, so they're a good team, we respect them. But more often than not, we've gone there and we've shown the real Rangers and got the outcome of the game that we've wanted. So hopefully the real Rangers will turn up tomorrow. If we do, I'm confident we'll be okay.
Yeah, you can't put your finger on it, Roughie. I mean, it's just since the turn of the year, domestically, it just hasn't gone according to plan. But this is a big, big chance, and I think this is Rangers' only opportunity for silverware.
Yeah, well, we all thought when Hearts obviously beat Rangers the last time that their season was going to kick on, and it hasn't. You know, they haven't improved at all with the results. So I'm putting that game down to a one-off game. These things can happen. I think Rangers will be obviously oozing of confidence with the midweek result. I think they'll go there. They'll be much better than what they were the last time. So for me, it's a Rangers win.
Well, despite the fact that Hearts are sitting at the bottom of the table, Daniel Stendel is still confident they can progress.
The league give us not so much positive thoughts, but the cup is a big chance. 3 games left, and when you can win, we can maybe play next year in the Europe League. But it's a good chance. But at the moment, we focused for this game on Saturday. Rangers is one from the biggest team. But we beat Rangers 3 weeks ago, and why not again?
Well, you can tell television is taking over the Scottish Cup. 7:20 after the Hearts Rangers game at 5:30 on Saturday. 7:20, it's St Mirren against Aberdeen, Roughie.
Yeah, and I don't think this is one that Derek McInnes can afford to lose. I think the last time they lost, when the away support were there, they let their anger felt. You could hear the boos. If they were to lose this one, I think they would be very, very angry, because we all know that Aberdeen's season relies on getting to semi-finals and finals of Scottish Cups. So it's a big, big night for them. I do think they've got certain players that can win the game for them, but they have to improve in what they've been performing.
Yeah, I think the Dons fans, fickle as they are, will be calling for his head if they don't win against St Mirren.
Yeah, they probably will, but I think it would be crazy. I think Derek's a fantastic manager. I think he's done we've said plenty of times on the show, Peter, I think he's done a fantastic job up there. But it's been an up and down season for him this year, but I'm sure he'll still get it right. But going to St Mirren, I think it's going to be a hard game. I think Jim Goodwin's got them playing some decent stuff now. They're scoring at the right end of the pitch. So I think it's going to be a hard night for Aberdeen. I fancy St Mirren.
St Mirren to knock them out, and with that, I mean, there's nothing left for Aberdeen then. You know, that really would put the cat among the pigeons.
Yeah, I still think they'll get third place. I think they'll just scrape past Motherwell, and as you says, I think the Aberdeen fans will be on Derek's back, but I think it would be a crazy decision. I think Derek's the right man for the job, but I think St Mirren will do the job against them in the quarter-final.
Yeah. Sunday afternoon at St Johnstone against Celtic. There'll be more than a few Celtic fans looking for a reaction after the defeat to Copenhagen. They'll certainly be hoping that Neil Lennon's side can bounce back and keep hopes of a quadruple treble on track. The manager's certainly hoping for a response.
You know, St Johnstone are in good form though. You know, they've turned their season around quite a bit, and we know it's a difficult place to go. So I'm hoping I get a reaction from the players from tonight. I'm sure I will. I hope they're angry, and when they play angry they can be very good, so we'll give them tomorrow off and then get them in on Saturday and get their minds refocused again on, you know, trying to retain the cup.
You just wonder, what's the mindset, Barry, of players when they suffer such a huge disappointment like that in Europe? Can you actually cut yourself off from it and then suddenly just refocus?
Yeah, it's all about getting a response, Peter, now. I mean, as disappointing it was last night for the Celtic players, they've been through a lot, this group of players. There's guys with strong characters in there, so I think you'll see a Celtic team go out there against St Johnstone. I'm not saying they'll steamroller St Johnstone, but I think you'll see a great attitude to go and put what went right on Thursday night. What went wrong, sorry, should I say, and they'll put it right in Sunday against St Johnstone.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll tinker with it again. You know, he's received a bit of criticism, not going with a 3-5-2. He's had no problems up at McDermott Park, Roughie, to be perfectly honest with you. Does he go back to the tried and trusted?
Yeah, like Barry said, I think it doesn't matter who he puts on that park, he'll be looking for some kind of response. The players don't like getting hurt in big nights, and that's what they'll be expecting. But I'm sure Tommy Wright will be telling these players this is the right time to get them. You know, this is the right time, because he'll be hoping there isn't a reaction, you know, that their heads are down. And if they were to get an early goal, then again the Celtic players have to respond in another way. So I don't think that will happen. I think obviously the record that you have spoke about that Celtic have got up there is just too good.
Okay, a couple of big competitions to enlighten you off. Of course, we've got one ongoing at the moment, which I think is special if you like the Champions League.
We are off to the Etihad for Manchester City versus Real Madrid, and you and a friend could be joining us by entering our fabulous competition.
We're going to the Champions League. Are you coming? It's luxury travel to Manchester City, Real Madrid. It's tickets to the game and a couple of special guests to keep you company.
You and a friend could be joining us if you enter this fabulous competition.
To be in with a chance of winning, just answer this simple question.
Name Manchester City's all-time top goal scorer. Is it A, Sergio Aguero, B, Raheem Sterling, C, Kevin De Bruyne? Submit your answer below and you and a friend could be on your way with our special guests to Manchester City versus Real Madrid in the Champions League. Enter now and good luck.
Such a good competition, and you could be with your best pal sitting in the back with Lurch and Uncle Fester there. What about that for top quality acting? You don't get that in the Addams Family. That was magnificent from those two, but I'm really looking forward to it, Roughie. I don't know about you.
Well, particularly with that result in midweek, Real Madrid will have to come out and show the quality that they've got, and I think it'll be a fantastic occasion.
Yeah, I mean, it's just poised beautifully now, isn't it? I mean, I didn't think Man City were going to come up with anything special, and to be fair, Real Madrid, the sparkle's gone with Ronaldo. They don't have that same aura about them.
Yep, they never looked dangerous at any stage going forward, but I mean, watching the game, I thought it was a great game tactically for Man City.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at it and thinking, what's Guardiola doing here? But that's why he's the best in the business, Peter.
And we could be going there actually watching potentially the Champions League winners, Roughie, because Guardiola, that's the only thing I think he really has his sights set on.
Yeah, and I think that was the hindrance last year, that everything they were going for they were in, and obviously he failed in the main one that he wanted. So yep, he'll be pulling out all the stops, and I'm desperate to see my old pal Ramos, you know, one of my favourites.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't, he's suspended. suspended, Roughie. You're going to miss him.
No, he'll be there.
No, he's suspended.
I know, but he'll be there.
You want to sit next to him. I mean, it's a great competition. Hopefully you still get time to get involved in that, and then we'll announce the winners, I think just after the 8th of March. But on Monday, as ever, Roughie, we always come up with something special, and the old "Can you kick it?" And we're hoping someone can kick it for the chance to win a Peugeot 3008 courtesy of Arnold Clark. What a competition. It's going to be back, and on the 29th of March at Firhill, Barry will be taking the boots out and trying to bend it in through the window of the moving car.
Yeah, it was very interesting the other year when the celebrities were all taking their chances and the contestants decided they want to do it themselves. So let's hope that doesn't happen this year, because Barry practices, he's practicing for months.
Well, absolutely. Not only that, and the last thing he wants is to know that Alec Ray's still the only man from Rangers to be able to just plop that ball into the moving car. One lucky person will have a Peugeot 3008. It's a fantastic SUV, and that's coming up. That's something to look forward to. Incidentally, I must just tell you, don't miss it. Our podcast came out this morning. It is absolutely great to listen to. Barry enjoyed it while he was running this morning. John Gagan, great listen, Motherwell legend, and talking about, of course, the pain of having to leave Motherwell. And if I must make the apologies now, if you're not too keen on sweary words, maybe this podcast might not be for you, but if you can overcome that, there's a lot of fun in there, Roughie. He's top drawer, isn't he?
Yeah, he is top drawer. I mean, we'll know him personally, but the thing I like about it is a lot of people get to see the inside of a football player that you don't get to see.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to listen to it, you can. Of course, it is on all the audio networks, Spotify, Deezer, Apple, and of course Libsyn as well. And you can watch it on our PLZ Soccer channel. As you can see there, give us your thoughts across all our social media outlets, Twitter, Facebook Live every day, Monday to Friday. And over and above that, if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you'll get some great content. Really, really enjoyable listen on the podcast, and you can watch it as well. John Gagan, our special guest. But quarterfinals of the Scottish Cup, will there be winners and losers aplenty? Will it be another twist in the tail? Can Celtic still stay in the hunt for the quadruple treble, or will it be another shock at the weekend from St Johnstone up at McDermott Park? And what about Hearts? Can they upset the apple cart for Stephen Gerrard's Rangers, or will Rangers be marching into the last four with dreams of another cup success? We'll be talking to you on Monday. Roughie, Barry and myself will be back with Alison McConnell. And from myself, Peter Martin, thanks for watching today.
Expect the best used car deals guaranteed. Visit arnoldclark.com.